Yes, yes, yes. Fresh off the press, we have just been told that the MCU is going to go through a soft reboot, and allegedly we are going to bring back some retired characters.
I told them.
Okay, so talk the thing
Oh,
then.
Yeah,
damn, I
lead,
shouldn't have
lead,
said that.
yeah, lead, Marv.
Talk
So
the thing, boy.
basically, I mean, Nate's just said it. My MCU are rebooting. They're discussing recasting, as Nate just said, and they're talking.
It's not easy, is it?
Carry on, Nate.
Yeah, it's
Carry
not
on. I'm
easy.
getting hot.
So we're saying
As you were, Nate.
potentially the
Try.
MCU are going to do a reboot after the Avengers Secret Wars. Yeah. And potentially it'll be a soft reboot, which will allow them to streamline the timeline, eliminate what's not working, and potentially bring back some characters. And they're talking about potentially bringing back characters like Iron Man and recasting Black Panther and these type of things. Are we here for it, or are we just let them live? Obviously, before we go, obviously this Avengers reboot is not going to happen after Secret Wars, and Secret Wars is supposed to happen in about 4 years' time. So in 4 years' time, do we need to see another Iron Man?
To be honest, this phase is the shittest phase so far, man. Excuse my language.
What is shit about though? The films or TV shows, or it's just?
I kind of agree, though. But yes,
Yeah, even the TV shows.
No, what I asked that because I want to know what is it that's making it shit? Is it that we're being introduced to too many new characters? Are you actually you would prefer it to be the Iron Mans and the Spider Mans and all of that?
No, it's not. I don't. It's not about. Obviously, those are legendary times with Iron Man and Spider Man and Black Panther and Captain America. All of that was sick, but we need to move on. I agree. We need to move on. But this new phase, I'm not feeling the storylines. I'm not feeling the villain. I'm not feeling the. So far, anyway, I'm just not feeling the whole setup right now at all.
It's
Even
too
like,
dilute.
yeah, go on, man.
No, it's too diluted now, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's like they're stretching it very far, and it's good obviously because they still own a lot of characters, and it's good that like they're exploring other characters. Like I've never thought I'd ever seen Miss Marvel or Ant-Man for that matter. You know, so it's good that they're bringing new characters, but I just think that they're like even the last Ant-Man film, Quantumania, it it wasn't like that. Like again, they're stretching Ant-Man too far. Like what he done for that film was seemed too big for him. That should have been an Avengers movie. Do you know what I mean? Or at least the start of one. But um, I don't know. I mean, I suppose DC's doing it. And look at it, it's kind of messy, isn't it? People are losing their faith in DC because it's just like
Yeah.
1 minute he's Batman. There's 20 different Batmans happening and all that stuff. No Superman, but so but I think MCU where they've had such a successful long run all the way from 2008 till now, it's like it sounds a bit selfish. Obviously, for me, I'm like, you know what? I don't mind not seeing an MCU heavy. Like, I mean, if you're gonna do individual films, fair enough. Like, that's fine, isn't it? But this whole MCU series is like, it's been a long time. Do you know what I mean? And I'm happy to like leave it for 20 years. I hope I'm still alive. But like, I don't need to see any new one at the moment.
Do you think that this is a way of them fixing or repairing the stupid cheat code that they used? Where the
I
whole
think it's them.
stuff.
I think it's them realizing. Sorry, Nate.
It's like what I'm saying. Is this a way of them just like allowing the whole multiverse thing, like lock off the multiverse thing? Because the multiverse thing is just confusing, and actually, it's not needed.
I probably think they've got a bit carried away with it. Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, I suppose that happened in Endgame, innit? Like the whole kind of fix and that kind of made a bit more sense. It was a bit more contained. Obviously, it's like opening up more like in things like um Doctor Strange and all that stuff, and you know, yeah, it's just going a bit crazy, isn't it? And then yeah, and multiverses and all that stuff. It is a kind of cheat code, isn't it? Like yeah, let's put fan favorite cast members in films that they're not going to be in it anymore. Because, like, for example, what's his name, John Krasinski as Reed Richards, fan favorite for time, and now he's done it. It's like he doesn't need to do it anymore, and it's like actually you've kind of spoiled that for me because I would have wanted him to do it properly rather
Yeah.
than just be a variant of Mr. Fantastic. And the same with Quicksilver in WandaVision, like when they bought what's the actor's name, Pete Evans, like as Quicksilver. I'm like, I can't believe they've done this. I was so happy, and he ended up, what's his name, Frank Bono or something stupid like that. Like, so
Yeah.
ruined it, man.
I kind of agree with what Murph said about it being diluted, but I also think it's been overly saturated. Like they've given us too much, especially now with all the TV shows and the movies. Like you just mentioned, like the Ant-Man Quantum Mania, whatever it's called. I haven't even watched it, but doesn't the Ant-Man defeat Kang in that movie?
Yeah, well, he
Like,
defeats this
A
version.
like a
version.
version
A
of it, but
version,
he's supposed
yeah.
to be like that. That doesn't, and that's what Richard was saying. Like he doesn't have that presence as a Thanos.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if you want me to spoil it at all, but
I don't care.
yeah. But at the end of like, I think there's a post-credit scene where there's like hundreds of Kangs in like some arena. So like they're all like kind of
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
this one died, isn't it? So it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
when there's just so many of them, they're expendable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably gonna be maybe one or two most powerful ones, maybe.
I just feel like again they've given us too much because it's almost like you have to watch every single Marvel project that comes out. Like you have to watch the Marvels to understand the next movie, and you have to watch Loki to understand the next Avengers. It's just like just give us movies.
And like this whole multiverse of last phase is kind of tight. Like now we're in the time verse,
Mm.
which is basically the multiverse all over again. Do you know what I mean? But it's remixed.
Yeah, call it something
So
different. Yeah.
yeah, it's like I don't know. Like
Lovely.
I don't see the old characters back. They're gone in it. But just fix up the storyline, fix up with the characters, and let's move on, man. Do you know what I
I
mean?
also think they're introducing us to characters that they did big things and then nothing more said about them. And I can go back to the Eternals.
Because the fact that there's thousands of Kangs is like okay, so
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. But for me, Eternals, what have we done with them?
Right, remember there's that big hand in the Pacific Ocean still,
Yeah,
you know?
we've done
And everyone's just
nothing.
like sailing around it like it's rock.
Yeah,
Isn't that because the film didn't do that great though? Because it's a bit of a
I think the film was good, you know. I think
okay,
it's
but
not.
I mean it didn't do great in the box
No, I don't
office.
think it done good in the box office, but no, yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. It's like they're doing these wild things, like and now let's go into this area of the Marvel universe, that area. But because it's all the same universe, it's like they don't know how to tie it together. I reckon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why they probably are doing things like multiverse because it's like, oh yeah, well this happened on Earth too, or this like yeah.
It's like Kel said as well. It's always a way to just cheat. Now that you've got all these multiverses, you can bring any character back at any time, and I don't know.
But
What you
could,
say?
I
Yeah.
think without doing Earth 1, Earth 2, you could have done an Eternals film. It doesn't got to be in the same MC universe. Do you see what I'm saying? It's made by MCU, isn't it? But it hasn't the same one.
Yeah.
They could have done Eternals. They could have done Eternals living in New York, but in I mean a different whatever it was, a different planet, whatever it was, yeah. Shang-Chi, we brought out Shang-Chi and we've done what with her? What with him? Yeah. It just makes myself like it's not even like we're saying, oh, there's gonna be a second one, or these men are gonna join the Avengers or anything. Like it's just like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why sometimes you're doing too much. That's what it is for me. You're doing too much. Like streamline.
Yeah. And even like probably unpopular opinion here, but even with Wakanda Forever, they rushed that film. I think it came too soon. Because
I hear that.
But pause.
You know, all respect to Chad, not his fault. Like, you know what I mean? He passed away. But just to keep the character of Black Panther alive within this universe, I reckon they should have recasted it. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you think about it from me, I know obviously they had to write a new story to fit with obviously how like he died, but it's mad. Like actors get replaced. And I know he does seem irreplaceable because of the gravitas that he brought to like what Civil War, his own Black Panther film, and the event. But yeah, that's why it's like maybe they should have just probably ended it there with Avengers Endgame. if anything.
Yeah, I mean, what do we get after that? What that
I think there's always a Spider-Man. I think Far From Home was after Endgame.
Just going back to the Doctor Strange movie though, the part 2. I was looking forward to that after the first movie with Dormammu and all that amazing stuff in it. And then this movie was, I don't know, it's just mediocre. It's just almost like not Disney, MCU under Disney. I've just become slightly mediocre of recent years.
Yeah.
So
maybe DC and their universe, extended universe, is to blame because they're not doing anything right. So MCU can rest on their laurels and just put out just nonsense. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're not competing against anyone. But I would love for it to them to sort themselves out. Let's do it properly.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you know what though? Like, you know the Disney CEO, like Bob Iger, he was actually saying that, yeah, we probably need to slow down on all these Marvel properties as well. Because there's so much, like obviously all the series. So
I'm
I
saying
think that might be
too much.
like, yeah, there's just so many that just need to like slow it down, basically.
Right. Well, hopefully, like I said, obviously, next week's episode, when we hear a little bit more about what the actual soft reboot looks like, we will come back to you. But yeah, until then, make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, join the Instagram, all of that stuff. All right, people. That was the MCU. Peace.
Peace, love.